I got some stuff to say, folks. I got a few things to get off my chest. I have to because, you know, I'm an honest guy, and it's been bothering me. It's been bugging me. And I'm really tired of, basically, people being just so gullible. Okay? I really am. I'm done with it. I'm so tired of it. Right now, I've been playing Shadow of War. I've been enjoying the game a lot. It's been 8 hours of gameplay, and out of it, I'd say probably 6 hours were pretty solid, good experiences. Well, maybe 2 hours were a little bit grindy, okay? I can tell you, from the 8 hours of gameplay, the story is good. The gameplay is a lot more fast-paced and streamlined than the original game. You feel more super-powered than you did. In that original Shadow of Mordor game, it was a slow build where you had to sneak around and basically do a lot of grinding-style combat in order to get enough abilities to become powerful. In this game, from the get-go, you are powerful. Okay? So it's a different feeling of a game. Now, I don't know if they did that because some people complained that the original Shadow of Mordor had too slow of a beginning and it was too difficult. I have no idea. I think it's kind of funny because this game still has the stealth, right? The stealth element. However, you don't really need it in a lot of cases because you're so overpowered. You could just sweep in and destroy the enemies with the combat and these abilities you can get pretty easy, or pretty early on in the game, excuse me. Okay. Now that being said, folks, all that being said, I'm enjoying the game. 8 hours of gameplay, it's good. People coming to the streams are saying they're enjoying it, yet stream attendance apparently has been dwindling massively. YouTube, I don't know. I haven't even checked the videos on YouTube, but you have to assume it's probably the same thing, right? That people probably aren't watching the playthrough that much on YouTube, and all I'm hearing about this fucking game is that loot boxes have ruined it. The end of the game is a horrible grind, and the loot boxes ruin the game, and you have to buy the loot boxes to beat the game. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, folks. I really don't even want to hear it ever again, and here's why. If you're fucking such a sheep that you're not actually following people who are playing the game, but instead you're just following these stupid drama videos on YouTube and these dumb fuck YouTubers who have to hype up drama in order to get views and basically slander games in order to get fucking views because they're in such dire straits with their ad revenue plummeting and everything, which is obviously what this whole fucking stupid controversy is about. You need to wake up. You need to wake up and you need to fucking smarten up. Alright? I'm well aware that there have been YouTubers who have been ranting, raving, and doing nothing but talking about microtransactions and loot boxes for the past week. Do you really think they would do that unless it benefited them? Honestly? Because I've played 8 hours of Shadow of War, and I haven't had to open a single loot box, and the game is good. Alright? Now, from what I'm to understand from people who actually have beaten the game, alright, the game has 4 acts. The first 3 acts are the meat of the game and consistent of what the story actually is. Okay? So, the first 3 acts, guess what? You don't have to open loot boxes. Ever. The first 3 acts of the game you can easily just play through. And yes, there's a bit of a grind recruiting your troops, just like there was in the original Shadow of Mordor. If you're playing, alright, if you're playing a game that's single player, and you want to see the super secret ending, not even the canon ending, but you want to see the super secret ending cutscene, and you don't want to go through the grinding that the game was designed to require you to do to see that ending, and you want to pay for a shortcut to do it, I don't see the problem with that. Alright? I do see the problem with loot boxes if they allow you to get in-game stuff for a competitive online game and you get an edge because you spent more money. That I disagree with. Okay? But if you're going to have problems with a game, it's just a single-player game, and you pay to skip, and you know, if you pay to skip what you would consider to be boring, grinding, time-consuming gameplay to see an ending, then so be it. What's the problem with that? There's going to be people who want to do that. Okay? Now, some people would say, oh, it's a dishonest practice. It lines the pockets of EA and the game developers or whatever. Yeah, it does. But the bottom line is, it's in the hands of the consumer to decide whether or not they feel that seeing a super secret ending without grinding is worth spending extra money for. That's in the hands of the consumer, right? The game, Shadow of War, does not require you to spend more money to see the end of the game. It just presents the option, all right? So if you really want to complain about something, complain about human nature. Complain about humans who have all this disposable income, and instead of putting it towards something productive or important, they put it towards something stupid and they take shortcuts, okay? That's the real problem here. Because the bottom line is, if human nature was disciplined, and if humans had some kind of self-fucking control, right, you wouldn't have microtransactions at all, because no one would spend money on them. They'd say, I already bought this game, why am I going to spend more money on this game? And you never see anyone put additional money into it, right? It's the consumer's fault that they come in and they dump all this fucking money into these kind of games. As I said on my pre-stream yesterday, it's a lot about mobile games. Mobile games are 100% pay to win, 100% gambling. Okay, they are. Mobile games are the worst offenders of this syndrome of pay for loot boxes and random unlocks in the game. Okay? So, here's the thing. Here's why I'm upset. I'm playing the game. I'm enjoying it. I'm showcasing the game on streams, on YouTube. I'm showing that in the first 8 hours of the game, it's been a pretty great game. And there hasn't been one reason to open a loot box, okay? From what I'm to understand, the game has 4 acts. Like I said, the first 3 acts of the story. The 4th act is basically an endless grind where you're trying to unlock this secret ending. I'm now in Act 2. So you gotta figure, if there's 3 acts, maybe another 8 hours. So the game's gonna be, 16 hours long? Okay. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it. But yet, everyone I see on the internet is slandering this game. Shadow of War sucks. You need loot boxes to beat it. It's a piece of shit. Don't play it. What? Just look at, do this. I swear, you'll get a laugh out of this, okay? Go look at user reviews for the game versus critic reviews for the game. Critics are saying, wow, this game's pretty solid. It's an improvement over Shadow of Mordor. Yes, it's a lot like the first game, but that's a good thing because the first game was good. 8 out of 10, right? That's kind of like the general consensus of what professional reviewers are doing. Then look at the user reviews. 1 out of 10, loot boxes required. 2 out of 10, loot boxes. Loot boxes, loot boxes, loot boxes. All right? People are fucking sheep. They pick these people on YouTube to be their fucking figureheads, their idols, their gurus. They're people who will speak out against great injustices in the world of gaming. And instead of doing any actual kind of intelligent thought or research for themselves, they just believe what these people say as the God's honest truth. Even when there's evidence to the contrary, there's playthroughs of this game, including mine, showing the game doesn't fucking need loot boxes to be good. But people are fucking stupid. Okay? I don't even know what else to say. Like, it's so frustrating to me that in the modern era, we're also caught up in hype and or drama and all this shit. Destiny 2 will sell a ridiculous amount of copies despite being a repetitive copy of the first game with nothing original. Yet Shadow of War, which actually is a great game, won't sell at all because everyone's talking about loot boxes in a negative, dramatic way to get views on YouTube. Unfucking believable. Seriously, I'm so frustrated at this. I've been waiting for Shadow of War all year. It's one of the games I was hyped for. I'm playing it now and I like it. But all I hear people, oh, I'm not going to watch this. This is a game that needs loot boxes to fucking, to beat it. And it's wrong. You're actually stupid and wrong if you're saying that because you believed the bullshit from a bunch of YouTubers who are just looking to make a buck. You fell for it. You got the wool pulled over your eyes, and because you did no research on yourself for yourself, no independent thought, you just believed what they said, and now you're missing out on a game that, at least the first 8 hours, has been a great game. It sucks, because here I am, I've been waiting the entire year for the hardcore gaming season. Here's one of the first major AAA releases of the hardcore gaming season. Oh, this game's terrible because of loot boxes, so everyone skip it. No one watch it. What the fuck? So what else can we do? Let's see. The Evil Within insults homosexuals. So no one watch The Evil Within. No one play The Evil Within. South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Let's see. What can we do? We have to find like something offensive or something annoying or dramatic about every game so there's an excuse so that people won't play the game and won't watch a playthrough of it. Let's do it. Let's make everything up. Here we go. Let's keep going. This is ridiculous. Why can't we all just be mature adults and not have over-dramatic reactions and not be fucking little whiny babies about everything? I'll tell you why, because people look up to their role models. And when you have YouTube role models who are whiny fucking babies, who all they do is stir up drama for their own attention, then obviously you're going to act like that too. And that's pathetic. That means you need a better role model, folks. You know? And I'm certainly not saying it's me, because I certainly have done some pretty bad things over the years that are pretty embarrassing. I'm not stupid, obviously, in that regard. I'm not saying that I should be your role model either, but people need to grow up. Seriously. Stop being such reactionary, dramatic nitties, and instead, you know, actually enjoy a game for what it is. There's literal empirical evidence in front of your face that the game does not require loot boxes to be fun, yet people are blatantly ignoring the evidence in order to make this negative so no one will play the game, so they can feel like they're a part of this mob mentality against the game. Yeah, so here you go. DSP fan dude just said, Phil's gonna hate it when everyone shits on Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins, and I like the game, and it's a good game, and everyone's saying the game sucks just because it's a fad to say Assassin's Creed sucks, yeah, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. You're right. I will be. Because I'm tired of it. Alright, shout out to Shadow Steve, who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Shadow of War is a great game. Why don't people just boycott the loot boxes? Instead, they miss out on a great game. A shame, really. Shadow Steve, I have a good answer for you. Here's why. Because people are not mature. Okay? People are not mature enough in the head to realize that the world is not black and white. Okay? In a mature adult world, you realize everything's shades of gray. Not anyone is always definitively right. Not everyone is always definitively wrong. There's a lot of different perspectives. And you learn to walk in the shoes of others. The perfect example here is Shadow of War. The game is outstanding. The game improves upon the entirety of the formula of Shadow of Mordor in almost every single way. The combat is more free-flowing. There's way more abilities in the game. The Nemesis system is much improved. The actual parkour / the ability to move throughout the map is much improved. It doesn't have a slow start like Shadow of Mordor did. The plot is great. I mean, there's a bunch of fun, unique characters. You're fighting fucking Balrogs and Nazgul. It's pretty much everything a Lord of the Rings fan would look for in a video game. It really is. But, yes, the game has this shitty practice of having loot boxes as an option to advance through the game at an advanced pace rather than taking your time and grinding in order to beat the game, which is the way that it's intended to be played. Alright? Now, the problem here is that we live in a very immature world and a very immature culture. Again, if people who were in positions of power and people who had big followings on YouTube and the internet were mature adults, they'd be able to see the video. They'd be able to see the situation objectively. And they would say, listen, the loot box situation is shitty, but the game is good. So if you like this type of game, still buy the game because there's been a ton of time, effort, and work made by these game developers to put out an amazing game for you. But boycott the loot box system. Do not use it. Because if you play an outstanding game and you ignore the loot boxes, they probably won't keep implementing these loot boxes into future games. Instead, that's not what's happened. Instead of having the gray area kind of mentality, right, we have to be black and white. So because this game has loot boxes in it, ban it. Do not play it. Boycott it completely. Fuck the game developers. Fuck WB Games. Fuck anyone who worked hard on this fucking outstanding game, which is one of the best games of 2017, hands down. Fuck that game and ignore it completely. That is the mentality of a 5-year-old. That's the mentality of an immature idiot who doesn't realize that you can still understand that there's a great game there that you can enjoy, just don't support the loot box system. And the way that that's created, that situation, is for immature audiences to get hype and to get negative drama stirred up so you can get more views and more money. That's why this whole situation's been like that. Because a small group of very powerful YouTubers who have giant audiences and everyone seemed to trust, instead of being mature about the situation, literally did the opposite and said, well, don't play any games with loot boxes, boycott this outstanding game, and let's make a big hoopla on social media about it so we can get more views. And that's exactly what's happened. And it's pathetic. It's pathetic that the mainstream gamers are so sheepish and followish that they just believe everything they're told, and they're going to ignore one of the best games of the year just because it has a loot box system in it that you can ignore. And that's the other thing I have to emphasize here. You don't ever have to buy a loot box in the game, ever. Yes, there may be an end game grind of 5 hours. Oh no, a grind of 5 hours. Should that be in the game? No, of course not. There shouldn't be any grindy parts in modern video games, yet they still exist. But you could ignore it and still beat the game fine. You don't need the loot boxes. It's just a shortcut for those who have money to burn and want to blow through it. All right? Do I support the practice? No. But should people boycott a game that's outstanding, better than the original and one of the best games of the year, just because it has a bad practice in it? No. That's the mindset of a small fucking dumb child. An ignorant idiot. A mouth-drooling moron. That's who does that kind of stuff. Okay, so there you have it. There's your answer, and that's the honest answer. This guy will not die. I can't get away. I'm done. I'm dead. They wouldn't let me do nothing, dude. It's over. Yeah, this fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. It's too chaotic. It's not even fun.
Talk Slayer!
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Quite like the sound of that. Talk Slayer! From now on, I will be known as the Talk Slayer!
It's not fun. It's too chaotic. The guy, immune to fucking me flipping over him, immune to frost, immune to fire. Everything enrages him. So he's weak, he's strong against every kind of attack. And I'm getting hit by shit I can't see. So I can't, there's never a counter icon on the screen to counter any of the attacks. It's garbage. It fucking sucks. Region lost. I'm done. I'm done playing. I really am. That's it. That's the end of the game. The game sucks. The fucking Act 4 is complete garbage made to fucking make money. It has nothing to do with the actual game. The game ends at Act 3. That's the end of the game. Lane. I was dominating. I was winning. There was only 2 war chiefs left because this war chief kills me once. I lose. Fuck you. Alright, I'm done. That's it. This game's fucking terrible. Act 4 is garbage. It's great until Act 3. And Act 3 is the technical end of the game when the game is supposed to end. And Act 4 was added just to make money. It's garbage. Complete bullshit. All my fucking war chiefs are higher level than the ones attacking. There's one guy level 44 and he's immune to everything. And I get hit by a million off-screen animations and I die. And now I have to retake it. Go fuck yourself. And I mean that. WB Games, go fuck yourself. Monolith, go fuck yourself. You're money-grubbing pieces of shit. And you don't deserve any more money for this game. The game is exceptionally good up to the end of Act 3. Act 4 is a complete waste of time that no one should ever play. So, I'm done with it. I played the game. I beat the story. I got my gold trophy for beating the story, which I did. And I'm done with this game now. Goodbye to fucking Shadow of War. It's a shame. It really is a shame that WB Games completely ruined you, because you are one of the best games of this year. But the fact that your entire 4th act is a money grind is garbage, and I'm not going to play it anymore. It's a waste of my time. I got way better games to fucking play than this piece of shit. For Act 4. Acts 1 through 3, exceptional. Much better than the original game. Everything streamlined better. Everything, the Nemesis system improved. Story good, you know, everything. And I mean, I played the game for almost 20 hours. If you actually look at how many parts my playthrough is, almost 100 parts, you know, times 10 minutes apart, if not longer. So I got about 15 to 20 hours out of the game for the $60 that I spent on it. So I actually got money well spent. But for a 4th act that has nothing to do with the rest of the game, artificially difficult to make you buy orcs in fucking packs, you can go fuck yourself, WB Games. I'm not doing it. I'm not wasting my time. As you can see, I've got many other games to play. I don't have to waste any more time on your piece of shit Act 4. And that concludes my playthrough of Shadow of War. I gave it a shot. The end's a piece of shit. Fuck you, WB Games, for ruining the game, because it actually is quite a good game, but you have to actually ignore the final act that doesn't belong in the game. Pretty lame. But that's the future of gaming, folks. Unbelievable.